The Marvel Legends HasLab Engine of Vengeance alumni, Daimon Hellstrom. Did Hasbro sweeten up and improve the Hellstrom rebuild during the HasLab Engine of Vengeance campaign? During the HasLab campaign, Hasbro says, "Bring the horror with Daimon Hellstrom." Is this horror to you? If we look at his eyes, that's one scary eye with those red pupils and that black wash surrounding his eyes, the red eyebrows, and that small smirk. Side by side with the digital render presented during the HasLab campaign, we can see that there is a slight difference. The HasLab version has an eyes white out, which I think closely resemble how he looks like in the comic books. This is a good head sculpt, but I hope Hasbro provided an alternate head wherein his eyes are on fire, just exactly the same as the comic book art basis in the box. Along with the flaming eyes, I prefer a flaming hair to make the character look more intimidating. He has a pointy ear, just like what demons would have, and his hair has some kind of a wash as well. It is a very subtle dark wash. From the back is the ball peg with a hinge. You can see the hinge right there. In the comments below, let me know, does this head scream horror to you? Or adding those missing details I mentioned a while ago will improve the horror feel of this character. In my opinion, unless you look closer, this is a small 6-inch scale figure, then you'll realize how scary looking this figure is, because from afar he's just a man without his shirt. The star birthmark on his chest is supposed to scream horror as well, but this is just painted on. It's not sculpted at all. I understand that a birthmark is different from a scar, but adding a scar-like effect wherein the symbol of his chest is burning, just like the comic books and the Hulu original TV series, this would add a horror factor on this figure. Comparing his chest with Caesar, Caesar has sculpted on man nipples. Hellstrom, just like the birthmark, has a painted on one. I'm not sure why Hasbro is not being consistent. I guess the good thing is, unlike other shirtless figures in the past, he's not missing a part of his body. He has a slimmer frame of body. It's not exactly the Vulcan body mold, which is the new regular size male body mold. You can see the biceps of Vulcan is bigger. Even the muscles on his upper thigh and lower calf is smaller compared to Vulcan's. I would say his body mold closely resembles the Renew Your Bow Spider-Man, which is the slimmer side. Nothing bulky or beefy in terms of the muscles. It's very slim action figure. His pants are all brown. It's not sculpted on, it's just a painted on pants. This piece is a separate piece, the gold bands on his wrist. When you remove it, there you can see there's no type of like a sculpt to hold on to the bands, just like Namor. Namor has some sculpted lines to tell you where to put the wristbands. His belt is a separate piece as well, consistent in terms of the material or plastic. Hidden is the waist swivel. Conveniently, the end of his pants is his lower calf swivel. He has a great range of articulation with his butterfly joints. He has a peg hole, I'm not sure what for, maybe for your flight pose stance. As mentioned a while ago, conveniently, the swivel is the end of his pants. In the comic books, this is not the case. His pants extend close to his feet. There is a good amount of sculpted details on his feet, product number, and trademarks. The toenails or the nails on his foot is sculpted on. For a character with minimal clothing, or minimal costume. It's just underwhelming in terms of details. He comes with a pair of weapon holding hands. The fingernails are sculpted on. This particular set of hands can hinge forward and back. Bringing the total number of hands up to 4 is a pair of closed fist hands. Just a regular closed fist hands, nothing painted on. It's a plain flesh plastic. It can hinge forward and back, just like the weapon holding hands. For the weapon holding hands, you will use that to hold his trident or spear. Just like Hellstrom, which is a recent design of the character, this weapon is a recent design. But one thing missing is the ends of the trident is supposed to make a letter H type of symbol. That is the last set of accessories. He does not come with any flame effect, so you only get a total of 4 hands and 1 weapon. He has only 1 head sculpt. Is that enough for Hellstrom to bring the horror in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this review useful, hope you give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. Thank you for checking out this review.
I'm Tuggernaut!
So how do we add horror to the new Hasbro Marvel Legends Daimon Hellstrom? Here are some fire effects, the swirly fire effects which probably you guys have in your collection. Dormammu, Firestar, or any fire related characters. You can add it to him just to add that effect wherein he's flaming. At the bottom of his feet are the flames from the Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch. You can swirl it around, wrap it around his weapon as well, so that you can recreate those comic book iconic moments of Hellstrom. This version of Hellstrom in the comic books is where he turned again evil. So it's not the good guy from the West Coast Avengers, it's the evil version of Hellstrom. Here is a kit bash using some slide effects to add some flame to his hands. If you are interested with this kind of effect pieces, I left a link in the description below. By adding the flame effects, the fire, the warm light, does it make Daimon Hellstrom scary now? Will he bring horror to your collection? The Daimon Hellstrom action figure stands 16 centimeters or 6.3 inch tall. According to Marvel.com, he is 6 feet 1 inch tall. This seems to be right for a 6 inch scale figure. Here is a 1/12 scale versus 7 inch scale size comparison. Mafex Psylocke and the Marvel Select Psylocke. Mafex Gambit and the Marvel Select Gambit. For some 1/12 scale size comparison, Medicom Toy Mafex Brown Costume Wolverine and Storm. The Power Couple, Mafex Cyclops and Phoenix. 6 inch scale loose collector ladies Darna and She. For a rise of the Marvel Knights lineup from the 90s, Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, Blade, Morbius, and Lilith. The incomplete Hellverine review in my channel, and we have Strange Tales Moon Knight. Other figures from the Strange Tales wave, Brother Voodoo and Dracula. For a regular size female teenager, we have Magic, and for a regular size female in high heels, Bloodstorm. Regular size adult Spider-Man comparison, Renew Your Vow Spider-Man, and for a regular size male body mold, we have Cyclops, which is in the Vulcan body mold. I was expecting Daimon to be on fire, but here are figures on fire, Sunfire and Dormammu. Here are some larger Build-A-Figures, the Mindless One and Blackheart. Celebrating 85 years of Marvel, Scar and Werewolf by Night Man-Thing. For a 6 inch scale versus 7 inch scale size comparison, Marvel Legends, Rogue from the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave, Marvel Select Rogue. Marvel Legends Sabretooth from the 50th anniversary of Wolverine 2-pack, Marvel Select Sabretooth. Marvel Legends Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, Marvel Select Juggernaut. celebrating 80 years of Marvel Hulk, Marvel Select Hulk. Daimon Hellstrom comes in the rectangular packaging. With the window, you can see the figure, Strange Tales at the bottom. On the side is art taken from Venom number 23. The same art on the back. Here is a short read up. Pause it right now if you want to have a read. Here are the other figures from the Blackheart Build-A-Figure wave. You only need 6 to build Blackheart. Some warning legalities. On the side is a different art taken also from Venom number 23. Bottom is a barcode. And on top we have Strange Tales. For articulation, his head can move from side to side easily with no hindrance from his hair. He can look up, he can look down. His arms can extend that far. Since he is shirtless, you can maximize his butterfly joints. There are no costume pieces that can hinder articulation. He can do a full 360 right there. He has a bicep swivel right here. Double jointed pinless elbows. He has a wrist swivel. Can hinge forward and back as well. He can crunch forward that far. He can crunch backward that far. He has a waist swivel hidden underneath the belt. He can do a split really well. He has an upper thigh swivel. Double jointed pinless knees. He has a swivel hidden on his boot. He can hinge forward and back, and he has an ankle rocker. My final thoughts. Hasbro does a good job in terms of giving us inkjet printed head sculpts with great details. The problem I have with this figure is the lack of accessories to bring horror to your collection. It's just like Submariner or Namor without any other detail except some alternate hands and a trident. It's just too underwhelming. However, I understand that he is a must-add for fans who likes Marvel horror or Marvel supernatural characters. The Marvel Legends Daimon Hellstrom is a perfect fit to this Strange Tales wave. Are you curious why he is a perfect fit? I made a Marvel Legends Strange Tales playlist right here. Hope you check it out. I also reviewed Daimon's younger sister, Santana, link here. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this review useful. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and ring the notification bell. See you on the next one.